All right, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing today? Obviously, market's not doing great. Market is absolutely diabolical today. It is insane. I'm not even sure what to say. But at 9:30 p.m. last night, UK UTC, basically, 9:30 p.m. we had a dump on Cardano, and I believe. Hey bro, how you guys doing? KR, welcome to the show, bro. Zero DMB, awesome, bro. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Super having you guys here. So, El Bubble, hey bro, nice to see you as well on the show. Happy days, bro. I hope you're not driving while you're watching this. If you are, then that's not a problem. I'll mention the tokens exactly as I normally do for you. Okay, I'll do that for you. No worries, bro. So me and KR was actually on the phone at that time, and we saw the Cardano dump happen. So it went like 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%. We were watching this, right? So the dump started exactly around 9:30 p.m. UK time yesterday, and it just carried on, right? And I did see bulls come in, but if you remember from yesterday's video, I mentioned specifically one specific thing, right? I said, guys, do not worry about anything on a Sunday. Wait for Monday, because what we want to see is how the institutions are going to be reacting to us, right? That was going to be more powerful than anything else. We want to see what the institutions do when they come, right? And H-bar, definitely, Tamil. I'll talk about H-bar, no worries, bro. So that was the situation we had. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So let's look at the market. I mean, as you can see in the market, you can see Solana is still holding. I mean, I'm still in profit in Solana, because remember, my last buy was $139, so I'm still up. What was it? I'm about $23 up, so still not complaining here. Solana, I'm way up, so there's no point talking about Solana. I'm still like 10x up, so I'm not going to complain about that. Cardano, I know people who entered recently, they may be a little bit worried about Cardano, but Cardano is actually holding, and I'm going to show you some good data on these as well. FTM, we knew there was a hype. Obviously, after the hype, you're going to have a little bit of a dump. Absolutely fine, not an issue at all, right? So let's move into who the gainers are today, right? Just a quick look to see who the gainers are. Does it surprise us? No, it doesn't. When the market dumps, USDT pumps, right? Very simple, right? When the market dumps, USDT will pump, and this is exactly what's going on. But one thing we did mention is DOT is looking at a breakout, and DOT, as you can see, is on a rip. H-bar is still on a rip as well. So we are going to talk about H-bar, and we'll move into those right now, okay? Let's have a look at the quick market recap, see what the actual total market cap is today. Market cap holding, we've lost $50 billion. We've lost $50 billion in the market. We were at 208 yesterday, currently at 203. Not to worry too much. Looking at the dominance level, BTC 41. Still not the greatest number, I'll be honest with you. What we need to see is BTC around 30 dominance in order for other alts to start pumping and gaining traction, especially Ethereum. We want to see Ethereum gaining traction, because that would be a great sign for us that we're in the full, the full parabolic bull market. That's what we want to see, right? We want to see Ethereum making that one move. And excuse me one second, let me grab my coffee cup. So just hold the line, right? I'm thirsty, guys. I'm thirsty. Give me a second. Right, that's better. Sorry, yeah, I've been talking too much to too many people, and my throat is dry. But yeah, what we've been seeing is, so the dominance, right? So that's very important for us. We want to see the dominance on Ethereum pump up. We want to see the dominance on BTC go down. And that will basically eventually give us the confirmation that we're on the last end of the bull market, if that makes any sense to you, right? Now, however, we do have kind of some new data currently. So we are seeing these dominance, right? When we look at dominance, let me go into, because I don't have my dominance turned on. I believe I don't have it turned on. Yeah, no, I don't have my dominance turned on. So let me just go into here to show you the dominance percentage. That will make more sense, right? So let's have a look. Let it bring up right here. So let's have a look at this, right? So we can see the dominance is dropping, which is awesome. But what we want to see is these other alts that we have here, and we have quite a few here on the dominance, right? So you've got BTC as currently So let's come here and let's look at today right now. So BTC at 40%. We want to see that drop a little bit more in order to give the alts a chance to go up. We want to see Ethereum move up to the 20-25 level. That will be a nice healthy one. We do have newcomers in the dominance. So we have Cardano now as almost 4%, 3.9% dominance. We want to see that dominance either go up or down. It doesn't matter, but ultimately those dominance are going to go up. Tether, we don't want to see that dominance there at all. We want to see Tether at 0 dominance. That's when we know bull market's doing really good. Binance holding at 3, XRP holding at 2.47, almost 2.5. Solana coming and catching up to 2.4. Polkadot at 1.69. I think Polkadot's going to come and touch that 2 anytime soon. Doge, we don't want to really see it on these kind of percentage. USD coin, we don't want to see that there as well. So those are the ones we don't want to see. So currently we know the contenders that we have are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, XRP, Solana, and Polkadot, right? So we've got these coins that we can look at and say, right, these are the coins that we want to see the dominance come up, and BTC, we want to see dominance come down in order for these coins to get a chance to go parabolic, right? So let's see what happens. That should be quite awesome to see. So I'm going to be waiting for that. I think it's coming. So if we move into some of the charts now, we can actually see a lot more. So what I want to do before we go to the charts, let's go backwards a little bit. So let's do this and have a look at the exchange flows, right? So when we're looking at the exchange flows, what we see is BTC exchange flows have been, so while the price has been dumping, exchange flows has also been the low, right? If you look carefully, look, you know, we're lower than what we had before. This has been low for so long. The last time we had this low was around April. So this is awesome to see. That all says to us the big boys are coming in and grabbing up the discounts. And remember, the big boys don't buy for today, tomorrow. I mean, the traders are different, right? So most institutions who are buying 10,000 coins on a spot market and moving it off this exchange, they're not buying it for a 1-year hold or something like this. They're buying for a minimum 5-year, 10-year hold. So that is ultra bullish, in my opinion. Obviously, we're in the middle of the cycle, so let's see what it does, right? Same story when I look at Ethereum exchange flows. This is what I see. But Ethereum, remember, the data is slightly different. It's not 100%, right? So we're not going to call this 100% solely because we know Ethereum is also being burnt, right? Now, a lot of exchange Ethereum are being staked as well. And a lot of newcomers are coming on and staking. So this we cannot use as 100% absolute data. Whereas on the BTC, we can use as this as an absolute because this is the fact, right? Because BTC is not being burned or anything like this. It would not make, I mean, trust me, if BTC starts burning, my God, BTC will be 500k today. But that's that, right? Also, I was looking at the GBTC premium chart, and what I see is GBTC can't really decide, right? So one day it's been really at a big discount, and then another day it's been quite high, right? You know, pumping up and all of that. So we've been seeing all of this. I can show you this with like this here, for example, the premium. So we've been at 15% one day and then 14%. Today we're still at 14%. It hasn't really changed. So that's what's going on. We can see the LTC premium is high. That means there's high demand for this. This is why they're basically buying this, right? So we can see all of this stuff, and it makes total sense to us. When I was looking at the market to see the change, right, and I can see all of this last night when the market started dumping at 9:30, so approximately I think it was 9:40 or 9:50. I was looking at this was all bloody, and I can see the money's coming back in, but very small amount of money coming in. I mean, the volume is insane, right? So BTC coming back to $50 billion. There's a lot of action going on there. I like that. That's what we like to see. You know, Ethereum, $29 billion. We like to see these. Yes, BTC is pumping, of course, but it's not pumping. I'll explain to you, and you'll understand what's going on right now. So we can see the volume is definitely coming in, right? And this is kind of reflected. Remember when we talk about volume, and we normally go to CoinMarketCap and we look at this volume here. Well, this is good. Because remember, back in a few weeks ago, we were sitting around the 40, 50 for the entire market cap, right? Now we've got 118, just around 5-6% of the entire market cap. That's absolutely bullish. That's the kind of numbers we want to see, and we want to see even further. We want to see 200 billion on a pump, right? That's what we want to see. So far everything seems to be good. Now, KR, when you're talking about BTC pumping, BTC is not pumping, my brother. Please let me explain this to you, right? And I'm going to go into these charts to explain what's going on right now, because something insane is about to happen, and we really need to defend our lines. We need to defend our lines, right? I'm not going to talk about this chart. This chart was actually something I was going to show regarding yesterday. Remember, I drew a line and I said, look guys, I was going to show you something. This was the chart that the line has already been in, but it's on a previous video. We'll talk about this on another time. We'll bring it up another day. I don't think that's important today. What I want to show you is this, and I've kind of just drew this as a sample just to kind of show you what I see, right, and what the situation is right now. And I'm going to draw this for you, right? So just for the sake of this, we're going to draw two lines. One I'm going to draw here, one I'm going to draw here, right? And then I'm going to draw one here, and then I'm going to move it back up again. If we got this particular move, right, this specific move, right, this is a very, very bullish move, provided we can bounce on this line and come back again. Please do understand, this is a very bullish move, and this is on a weekly higher time frame. It's a very bullish move that gives us a W breakout, and it's going to go parabolic after this if it happens. Please do understand, right? But what we have here currently is something a little bit more how would I say this, a little bit more dangerous for us, and we need to protect this line as well. So what we've got is this particular level here, right, becoming our top, and we have this pattern forming. We pumped up. Now what we need to do is we need to hold this particular line. So this neckline here, as you can see, this neckline here we need to protect, and this is what I've drawn here. And if I do the same thing, so for example, if I put a line here, you see how we've got this level, this is the same as this level. You see how we've got a bottom, this is the bottom, and we pumped up, which was double the distance. Absolutely fine. So you can see how we went one down, but on the way up it was double the distance, and we're coming back. We want to make sure it's one down, not two. Coincidentally for us, unfortunately, it is going to be on that 50-week moving average. Right, so this particular area here, this zone, we have to protect this. Doesn't matter what happens, we have to absolutely protect this level. If we don't protect this level, we are screwed. So this is why you're seeing the pump, bro. It is not a pump, this is a pump. The pump is here to protect this particular level. Remember, I told you that this is a danger zone. We're inside these zones right now, which means we are going to see heavy resistance here, and we might come down. And if we do, we need to protect this. If we don't protect this and we break this neckline here, it's game over, at least for 6 months. Do you know what I mean? So be prepared for next 6 months. If we break this level, we don't want to go below this level, because what I want to show you, right, and this is very powerful to understand, right, you can see that whenever, you know, like the market itself, right, let me show you. So let's get all the data on board. Yes, on a weekly, right, let's get this on a thing. So this is tracking the 200 and the 100 and the 200 day here. The yellow line is the 104 week, and the blue line is the 50 week. That's what we're tracking here. And I'm not going to go too far back in time, but even if I did, and if this allows me to, because it doesn't go too far, unfortunately. Let's see how far it goes. It's bugging out a little bit on me. Let's go on this. Let's see. Okay, so we can't really go that far, right? So what we want to see is, look, this, forget the 100. We want to see this 50-week moving average. So you can see we're always above this 50-week moving average. If we fall below this 50-week moving average, we stay there for some time, right? And this was back in 2013, right? So here you can see in, what was it? What was the date? Let's have a look. 2015 we got above the 50 week, and so far we've been above the 50 week until 2018, right, where we fell below. And then you can see in 2019 we went above. I'm going to ignore this because this was the Cardano Dump. So if you look carefully, since 2019 we've actually been above this 50-week moving average. Look, we've been above this 50-week moving average. So do you see how powerful this 50-week moving average is? This 50, you know, if we go below this, and as I said, I'm going to ignore this area because this was just a blip. This was nothing. This was unfortunately a black swan event. So we can't really include this into our chart data. And what you're seeing is, look, since 2019, we've been above this since May 2019. So this is 2 years now. We've been above this line over 2 years. We don't want to fall below it, because if we do, then you can see that we can sit there for minimum 6 months to a year, right? And we do not want to see that. I mean, last time we fell below, how long were we there? Let's have a look and count the bars. 43 bars, close to 6 months. You know what I mean? So please do understand, this is a very critical level for us. This is the moment that we don't want to see. We almost had it last time, and I think we're coming back. And whatever we do, we need to protect this. This is a key level for us to protect. So just wanted to show you this. This is why I drew all of this stuff here. It's very powerful, because if we fall below this aqua green line, add 6 months to holding portfolio, and when this happens, it's not going to be just a minor blip. No, it's not a minor blip. It can take you down, right? It can take you down quite a bit. Do you know what I mean? So be prepared for this, because this is not a good thing. So that's why it's very critical, very dangerous where we are right now. Ultimately, and there's a positive news to this as well, by the way. So the positive news to all of this is that this is exactly where the whales want to buy it. The whales don't want to buy here. The whales want to buy on these lines. The whales want to buy in these zones here. So whales are probably eyeing up. I mean, whales are not going to, I mean, obviously, I even have buying order at the 19K. But what I'm saying is, you see, whales would obviously want a 15K coin. Who doesn't want a 15K coin, right? But they all know that 15K coin will add 2 years to the cycle. So they don't want a 2-year addition to the cycle, because that just prolongs everything. What's the point, right? What they want is this 50-week. And I think this is what's happening right now. This 50-week. I'll check it, bro. Don't worry, I'll check it. I mean, there's no point checking the chart quite yet, because if you were listening carefully, GBTC premium, I just showed it, and I just mentioned Litecoin as well, and I said, look, Litecoin premium on GBTC, Grayscale BTC, Grayscale premium, you can see Litecoin is in high demand. I just mentioned that to you. Everything else is in low demand. The highest demand right now is on Litecoin. It's at they're selling it at a premium of 4.69. They're selling it more than the price. That's because there's so much demand there. So this is going to start pumping, right? But yeah, I mean, let's go back to this chart, right? So because it's powerful stuff you need to understand. Right now, trust me, I don't really care about pumps. What I care about is, are we going to add another 6 months to our portfolio, hold portfolio, or are we going to add another 2 years? This is much more critical than any other pump that you can see. So ignore the noise for now and just focus on what we're showing, right? So this is very dangerous, what we're about to see here, right? Because remember, if this happens, this could easily take us back to the 200-day. Do you understand? Great, bro. Even if they have a Litecoin partnership with Walmart, this is great for crypto. If Litecoin has a partnership with Walmart, it just opens up doors for other cryptos to be there. Of course, Litecoin might be using the Lightning Network, cheap fees and this and that, but that's about it. Again, it's an announcement. Is it on pen and paper? Great, we need to find out. And by the time it comes up, it'll be great. And also remember, BTC is running the show right now in many countries. Like, you know, we just broke out the news the other day. Post office is going to allow, UK post offices are going to allow BTC. Isn't that a bigger news than Litecoin? But Litecoin fans might jump onto it. I'm not a Litecoin fan anymore. Since the founder of Litecoin sold his coins, I'm not a fan anymore, right? But ultimately, I'll still talk about it. I have no issues, right? Again, Walmart is not in UK. Right, Walmart is in America. Walmart's not everywhere, so we need to see how it's coming on. But then again, the bigger news to all of this is McDonald's. McDonald's is like 5 times bigger than Walmart, and McDonald's is accepting BTC in El Salvador by law. So if they could put the infrastructure there, do you think they can't bring it globally? I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. Is coming. So, and there's going to be a point, like when you're looking at MasterCard buying the CipherTrace the other day. MasterCard bought CipherTrace. CipherTrace doesn't only do BTC, does the entire global market. They do every single shitcoin out there, every single crypto out there. So what's going to happen? Right, CipherTrace is going to be verifying that these transactions are authentic, right, and the customers are authentic for MasterCard in order to transact. That means they're opening Pandora's box. They're opening Pandora's box, right? And once that box is open, you're not going to be able to close it. So there's a beast coming out, right? And the beast is known as crypto, right? So I'm not going to specifically call it a name. I'm just going to call it crypto because that's what's happening, right? And what you're going to find is they're going to allow every single type of currency to be used. Because the thing is, think about it. This is the first time in history, right, where you as a business, as an enterprise, as a corporation, you know, running retail or whatever, now can accept any type of currency. Because you couldn't do this if you were running in USA. You could only accept dollars. If you were in, for example, in Europe, you could only accept euro, right? Your local currency would be euro. If you were in Asia, whatever currency there's there, right? What if you're in UK, you can only use your pound, right? Now you can have digital currency, cryptocurrency, and you can literally transact with whatever currency you want in any country. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Pandora's box. We've just opened up a beast, right? And the beast is coming out. It's known as crypto, right? So that's all great news, but I'm going to wait for it. I'm going to wait for all of these things to materialize, because it's not the first time Litecoin's foundations announced something, or we done this or we done that. Many years ago, plenty of stuff have come in, and these are the times when usually whales come and dump on you. So you got to be really careful. But as I said, this is critical. This is really, really critical for us to hold, basically. So I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I'm just going to carry on, move on to this. We talked about how the market looks bullish, right? But remember one thing I said to you, it doesn't matter about where we are right now. Okay, on the daily, you can see that we did fall below this trend line. In fact, our low we had was about 44. We went to $44,000. There's absolutely nothing bullish about this, right? But we did recover. The bulls came in, they recovered it, but you can see the volume is not much. There's been plenty of action. Volume is not much. Bulls did recover it. But I did mention yesterday that if you look at all of this data, these are pointing bullish, right? But it's a matter of how bullish and how far we can actually control this and move forward with this. In order for us to be absolute bullish again, we need to go above this candle, which is the 47,000, then this candle, which is the 47,500. And then ultimately we need to get above this stupid candle that we've printed. And, until we get there, we're still in these zones where we're unpredictable, because what we have done here is we've created lower lows. Lower lows, look, we need to break above this in order to reverse trend now. So this has now become a dead zone for us, because whatever happens, we have to get above this particular level, right, and confirm a candle above there in order for us to create a higher low or even a mini higher high before we can even test these zones. So we're in danger. This is not out. This is what I've been warning everybody about. That guys, we're coming. That's fine. We could have had a fake out here. Fine. We did have a fake out. We came down. We broke. But what we did here was all positive. But the moment we start creating lower lows, we're going to have a problem. So we have a neckline, right? We have this neckline here, for example. So you see this low here. Let me put it here. So this low here, this low here. The moment we fall below this low here, we're screwed, and we almost touched it. And then for us to confirm that how screwed we are, if we go below this one, right, that screws us up even more. This is like quicksand. Now we're starting to see the whole trend line forming like this, and we're totally screwed there. Excuse me one second. And we're totally screwed on that one. And then the last point of support for us is this 38,000 or close to 39, and it's around 38 now, because over time, as you can see, we're moving. It falls within this thing, and it literally brings us back into this downward trend line. And that's bad. That's bad. There's nothing bullish about any of this. So please be warned right now. What we need to see how the institutions react. We just hope the institutions are doing okay. So yes, there was a massive dump last night. It looked we dumped during the Cardano dump. The entire market dumped simultaneously. Everybody just shifted back into USDT because nobody was sure what was going to happen. Then they pumped it back up to $46,000, right? Which was awesome to see. And I think it was 46,000 something. Let me just check the high. 1 second. So 46,800, right? Almost 47. We almost went there, but we got rejected. And the bulls are just defending it right now. That's all they're doing. So, of course, it looks bullish. Because if you look at the, okay, on the daily, you can see we are bullish. This is fine. Right, on the 4 hourly, you can see we're also confirming that we are bullish, right? But it's been tough. It's been tough. It's going to be tough. We need these 4-hour candles to actually start pumping higher and breaking these levels here, especially this level here. Right, you can see there's 2 candles, 2 wicks here. We need to break this. We need to change the story. Remember, I say the wick is a story. We need to actually now reverse and change the story. But breaking this line wasn't good. Breaking this line was not good at all. That's it. I'm not going to talk any longer on this, right? So let's move over to Ethereum, and then we go into some of the other coins as well. Same story you can see here. We had a massive rejection. Bulls come back in again. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. This was the daily. 4 hourly, everything looks solid. Again, you can see how we broke below, defended it, this is confirming that this is what the market's doing. So BTC and Ethereum are confirming this is what the market's doing. Because remember, I use Ethereum as a indicator for BTC to confirm whatever BTC is doing, and BTC as an indicator to confirm whatever the market's doing, if that makes any sense to you. So I use one coin as an indicator to the other, and another coin to indicate the entire market, right? So that's how I'm doing, and I can see that Ethereum is also confirming that yes, it wants to protect those lines, right? So what line is Ethereum trying to protect? Well, look, right, Ethereum is trying to protect its 50-day moving average. Is that a coincidence? No, that's what Ethereum's trying to do, protect its 50-day moving average. Well, what is BTC trying to protect? Let's have a look. All right, let's have a look. BTC is not even trying to protect, right? Let's have a look. Hold on, I think it is protecting. Come on then. Let's have a look and see what BTC is trying to protect. I think it's trying to protect this 200-day moving average, I believe, when it decides to load up. Yep. So look. No, BTC is trying to protect its 50-day moving average too. Look, 50-day moving average. Ethereum trying to protect this 50-day moving average. Do you see how critical this is? You got to protect these lines, and then we see where we go, right? Let's move over to Solana. Solana, I did mention. I said, look, we've got this trend line forming. Solana's going to come back to the trend line. It came, bang on the trend line. Right? You don't make this up, right? It literally come to the trend line. Can it go down even further? I believe it can. I believe we will actually see a body around here somewhere before we see a total reversal, because these are all lower lows. You can see 5 days in a row, lower lows, right? So let's see where it goes. I think once we confirm here that this is the trend line, so we might see a candle come down and bounce on this and then shoot up, right? And then create our first high. That's the one that we will basically be looking at. Now, ultimately, for me to be absolutely confirmed and confident about it, I would have to see, something popping over this this line, this 190 level. Once we pop over this, we should be super solid again. But look, everything was indicating it was bullish last few days, and now you can see we have a little bit of a problem here, right? So we see this bearish divergence is still here, still saying bearish, and this confirms that we will touch that white line. On the Stochastic Rsi, we haven't confirmed bullish yet, so we're still showing yes, it's bearish. So this is all bearish divergence forming and indicating that yes, we are going to still continue to come down, right? So nothing is bullish here. We're still going to come down, and then once we have this yellow line come and confirm on this level here, then we're going to see a reversal. This could easily last for another 2-3 days, unless we have some sort of a white swan event where basically everybody comes in and pumps the coin again. But that's what I'm going to be expecting. But this was parabolic. Remember, this was parabolic. Like, within a week or two, like the amount of percentage we did is just ridiculous, right? So of course it's going to calm down. So it's all good. I won't bother too much about this one. I know some guys want to look for buy zones, and I've talked about buy zones. I said, look, guys, buy zones, like right now, if you are going to be looking at a buy zone. So, for example, if I was going to put a buy zone tomorrow, it's showing 154. I'll put it around the 160 if somebody does want to enter. This is no financial advice, but this is what you've got, right? So yeah, I mean, after seeing all of these red candles, we are bound to see a green candle come back in again. So right now, anytime around anywhere between where we are now, which is a 163 to 150 or 150, 154, 155, right? It's a good buy zone. Just buy and hold if you think the market's going to go up. But remember, whenever you invest into something right now on the peak of the market, or almost to the end of the market cycle, you need to be prepared to hold it for a long time. So do not put money you need to use. Only put money that you don't really need for the next 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, and then you're super solid, right? So that's that. Cardano, again, you can see, look, it's always going to be like this. This 50-day, everyone's trying to protect this 50-day. Definitely, bro. Yes, let's have a look at Shiba. Okay, definitely. ODMB, I'm going to check out Shiba. I'm going to get Shiba for you, not an issue. I was actually the last coin I was checking was Shiba, so I'll bring Shiba up for you. That's not a problem. So personally, I was keeping an eye on Shiba as well. But yeah, look, 50-day, trying to protect that. Very important. If we lose this, then everybody knows when you lose a 50-day, you go down to the 200. You lose a 50-day, you go down to the 200. There's no ifs and buts. Look, every time you lose a 50, you go to 200. Do you know what I mean? So this is very powerful for us to hold this 50-day or this 50-week, right? We have to hold, especially the 50-day moving average. We have to hold that. Or we're totally screwed. We're all coming back down to these lower levels, right? But again, they've managed to pull it back over on top of the trend. Absolutely fine. Rejection was exactly again on this top trend line. Absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. Let's hope they can bring it up, create a higher high. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Sorry, higher low. If they can create a higher low here, then we can start moving up and then eventually create a higher high, because it is very, very important. Because right now we're down here. We only have this one candle, which was an engulfing candle, but it didn't really do much. It failed. So from a failed rally, you can see how it went down. So let's see. Let's have a look at 4-hourly as well. Let's just double confirm what the 4-hourly is showing. So 4-hourly is showing very bullish. In fact, 4-hourly is showing the bulls are in control, and the market is also indicating it's a good buy zone. So anybody wanted to pick up a nice little discount, this could be the opportunity. No financial advice. And also on the daily, you can see we're flipping bearish, but we do have a, sorry, we're flipping bullish here, but we do have a bearish divergence here. So you can see this is still indicating downwards, which means that it's saying potentially we can come down a little bit more and then possibly move up. So, you know, we could expect to hover around this trend line. If we do, that's super solid. If we don't, we got a bit of a problem, right? And ultimately, the worst case scenario for us right now is we need to protect this line. So this neckline here, we need to protect this neckline, which again, as you can see, is the 50-day, right? So this neckline, we don't want to invalidate this. If we invalidate this, then we're screwed again. So let's hope we can hold this. I wanted to just show everybody Luna, because I mean, Luna is, you know, pretty much doing the same thing, right? But again, if you look carefully where we are, so we've been following Luna. I've noticed something. Luna has been kind of been dragging around with Solana. Now, that was a coincidence. I was looking, I was like, okay, Luna seems to be following what Solana's doing. So that's pretty interesting, right? So, you know, is it looking for a chance? What is it trying to do, right? Ultimately, it is going to pump, and Luna has been on a rip, as you can see. Look, it's been on a tear, right? And it's trying to defend. It's way above the 50, which is really good, but it's trying to defend this trend line, which is kind of awesome to see. But remember, this is a very short data, so we don't really have 100% confirmation. I mean, if we were to put use just the data itself, then Luna would be, let me just try and adjust this. This would be more of the Luna pattern. So this would be the trend line, because we're using the facts in the chart. These are the closing bodies. We're using those. And then that would be the trend line, as you can see. So actually it's holding the trend super solid. So let's see what it does, and let's see how it goes. Also, let me bring it on a shorter time frame. Everything is bullish on a shorter time frame, absolutely super solid. And then if we do this, right, you can see this becomes a, so just using the body, this becomes more of an ascending triangle, as you can see here. Ascending triangles tend to normally be bearish, but if we do have a breakout and if the market is supporting it, it could easily pump above. And if it does, and I'll show you what ascending triangles do. So you use this point here and you use that point there. An ascending triangle, if it breaks out, it will go above this amount. So you might push it to the $53 level. So just call it 50. And then if it does break down and come down, then you can see 27, which is not good at all. It could bring us to the 27. But if it does 27, again, look at this, beautiful. And you know, we've just done it on the chart. It doesn't, we don't make this thing up. Look at this. It's actually finding that support, that perfect invalidation point. If we go below this invalidation point, market's invalidated, we're going down. So you see what I mean? So we've got support here, we've got support here, and this is what this is indicating. That on the upside, 50, 53. Shiba Army, obviously, bro. Yes, we're all Shiba Armies here. So let's do this. I'm going to answer. I'm going to do Shiba. Or unless you want me to, you guys want me, let me know if you guys are okay for me to carry on and then move to Shiba, or shall I do Shiba and then carry on? So let me know in the comments, and let me let me go and get some coffee as well. So let me know, do you want me to continue and then move on to the coins, right? Or shall I talk about Shiba now and then move over to the other stuff? So guys, I'm just drinking some coffee. All right, so we have El Bubble. He said carry on and then go into the coin. So that's what we're going to do. Let's do this. Let's continue with what we were doing. So that was Luna. We've done Luna. Right, let's go into the other stuff. Right, now let's move over to BNB. Now BNB, I mentioned how on the daily BNB, one question, how you measured the move up or down. Okay, up or down. Just try and explain to me what you mean. Try and explain to me what you mean by how do I measure a move up or down. What I'm doing is I use moving averages. I'm using Fibonacci's. Excuse me. I'm using Fibonacci's to also show me the expectation. So I'm using Fibonacci's to measure how far we're gonna go. I'm using the moving averages to confirm how low we can possibly go, but at the same time we could also measure based on candles the actual height of the candle, because it's a mathematical ratio. This number here, 1618, is exactly the same as 618. So what we do is when we come down, we can expect whatever amount we went up is also going to be the amount we come down. And that's how we kind of vary ourselves. Now, obviously, these are Fibonacci lines and we have multiple points, right? So we can usually work those. The ascending triangle. Oh, ascending. Okay. Let's go back to Luna. Let me show you. So it doesn't matter how you do this, right? Okay, let's do this, right? Let me show you. So this is obviously a small mini daily. So let's move it on to 4 hourly and just let's show you this again, right? So how we measure this, right? Very simple how to measure this. So what you do, and let's get this all on auto and everything to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this and I'm going to kill this as well. So let's kill all of this. Don't worry, I haven't deleted everything temporarily, right? So there's 2 ways of doing this, right? And we're going to do this to the T, right? We're going to do this to the T. So let's do this, right? Let's get rid of all of this and show you something awesome, right? We're using a shorter time frame, obviously. Now, all we have on this chart, so this is a clean chart. All we have here is our 200-day and our 50-day moving average, nothing else. Here we have our Stochastic Rsi and the RSI. That's all we have here. That's it. So this is a clean chart. And let me get rid of the volume as well. So now you have a clean chart. Yeah. Actually, let me make it cleaner. This is the cleanest you're going to ever get this chart. Right. So number one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my horizontal ray and I'm going to put this here. So what I'm doing, I'm just using the body, nothing else. So now I've got one straight line, absolutely fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trend line, but I want to see where my trend line exactly meets. So I want to see the bodies, the facts, right, in the chart, right? That's what I want to see. So I can see that ultimately this is forming nice little body here. So if I just use this area here, so just like this, if I use this here, I've got myself an ascending triangle. Because this side is ascending and this is flat, this is an ascending triangle. Right, the reverse would be a descending triangle. So for example, if I had a line here and I had this movement here, this would be a descending triangle. Now on the opposite side of all of this, now in the middle point, the one that we don't agree with is what's known as a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles are harder to actually predict because they can either go bearish or bullish. So this is a symmetrical triangle, means that both sides are very similar. That's a symmetrical triangle. This is a descending triangle. This is an ascending triangle. Ascending triangles are bearish. Descending triangles are bullish. Okay, because what happens is the point of convergence, and what we're talking about is these points where they meet, right? These points where they meet, this is a descending one coming in and it's causing a squeeze. And whenever it does a squeeze, it usually breaks out, right? Here, when we have a squeeze, we usually break down. So there's the higher probability based on these candles, these triangles, nothing more, right? So we've got this. Now, when we do a measurement, we take the highest point and we take the lowest point of the triangle, right? So we can use this. So for example, let's bring back the candles. So when we use this, we can use the lowest point and the highest point. But what we want to do is find something that is a little bit more modest. So we can be over bullish and say, well, let's use all of this empty data here and use this. We can do that. That's also fine as well, right? Because it still completes our triangle. Or we can find, like what I did there, I was being modest because I'd rather be modest than be over optimistic. And I use this kind of an area here, and I said, right, let's use this area here. We don't want to go too far, and this is also more current. So when we work on this, what we do is, I'll show you. Right, so what we do, we take this measurement, so you can see this is the entire measurement. We can take this and we can put it here, and just the probability, if we broke out here, how far we could go. And now you see, if I was to be extra bullish, my prediction would be around $60. But I don't want to be extra bullish because $60 might not happen. That's only if the bulls decide to push the market up. Now, if we went down on the same point, then you can see the down actually brings us to the $21, which is very bad, right? Because $21 is below our previous low. So that would be very bearish. It would bring us down. It would create a brand new lower low. So this is why I didn't use this particular one here. Now, when I'm using this one, and also if you notice, it goes, the actual wick, this drawing goes longer and shorter. That's because the chart is just doing it for me automatically, but the ratio is exactly the same, by the way. So when I'm using this and I'm saying, okay, this is the candle I want to use, and if I use this and put this here, you can see it's being modest and it's giving me like 54, 50, this is 56, right? But I'm going to say 50 because I want to be modest, and I can confirm this as well, and I'll show you what I mean. And then if we were to go down, and remember, it changes based on where you put it on the line, right? It will change where you put it on the line. So I've put it here because by putting it on this candle, like on the next candle or the following few candles, because we've still got a whole day and we're on the 4-hourly. So we've got half a day left. So what we're saying is in the next half an hour, excuse me one second, guys, someone on the door. Give me a second. Let me grab this. I hate this. All right, guys, I'm back. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Let's have a quick check and see if the mic's working, because I did have the mic on mute. So let me just double check if everything's working. Can you hear me? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Can you hear me? Yes, seems like you can hear me, so that's awesome. Thank you, bro. Really issue. I'm in TA since a few months, still struggling, but trying to understand as much as possible. Bro, I'm here anytime, anytime, bro. And also on Discord as well, you can ask me questions, and I will happily answer those questions for you. Listen, I'm here for the world. I want to help at least one person every single day. I'm on the stream. That's my target. And over time, I want a million. I want to get to 1 million subscribers, and I want to help 1 million people understand how certain things works. And these are the basics of how we do things. We don't want to be over optimistic, or we don't want to be over bearish, over pessimistic, right? But what we want to do is we want to be more realistic. So when I'm putting this here, I'm only calculating how many more bars we might possibly get, and based on those bars, if we do break down, what could possibly happen, right? So that's what we're looking at, and we just want to keep those kind of numbers. But also, when I want to do a confirmation, so I was going to get to this, and the confirmation that I would do is I'm going to use a Fibonacci, and I'm going to say, okay, if the Fibonacci tells me, let's use this area here, right? So we take it bang on this line, and we say, if the Fibonacci tells me that we're going to go to 50, then I'm going to confirm this, right? Check this out. And we don't make this up, right? So, based on this same line, you can see when I said 54 or 56, it was showing 56. I was saying 50. Look what the 1618 showed me. And I'll make it larger to show it to you, right? Let's bring this closer. And I'll show you. Look at what the Fibonacci confirmed. Fibonacci said 54 as well, but I'm just being modest and I said 50. 50 is actually this level here. So you can see that sometimes you just got to be a little bit more modest with stuff. So targets are great. So this is the target if we did break out, and look at the breakdown, for example, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So you're going to love this one. So the breakdown from here would bring us to the 0. Look at this, right? And I didn't make this up. You can see this. This is exactly what is here. Hey, Jedi. How you doing, bro? Finally, what the hell are you, man? Jedi Knight is one of our longest running members on the channel, but this guy's a ninja. He never comes on the show. So we'll talk about what happened, right? So let's go back into this, Jedi Knight. Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you. But yeah, I hope this kind of makes sense. 0DMB, did you understand what I just showed you here? Did you understand how this works? And we can, this one, obviously, this I'm showing on a positive side. I can even flip this on the negative side, and you'll see exactly what this does. It will do the same thing pretty much, right? So on the negative side, I'm using this. Look, I'll just show you quickly. So I'm using this particular candle body here, and I'm doing the same thing. And look what it does, right? It brings us, back to the Fibonacci lines. You see what I mean? It will always bring us back to the Fibonacci lines. But on the modest level, it says, look, 32 would be a little bit more modest than actually doing anything else, So just say 36. So normally, if I was to use just the Fibonacci rather than using any of these ascending or descending triangles, I would turn around and I would say, okay, the Fibonacci line says 32 is where we need to find support and hold. And look at coincidentally where that 32 is. Look, if you look carefully, it will automatically, mathematically put us into this level here. Sorry, where is it here? Sorry, I'm using a different. Let me change my cursor color because I use this to show it to you guys. It's brighter, but it's a bit annoying. I find it annoying. Let me change that. 1 second. Let me use this one. I'll use a green one. There you go. Green one. It's a lot better. It's more pointy because the other one was just too bubbly. So yeah, so I hope this kind of makes sense to you, how I've done this, and you can use fib lines. So now fib lines, obviously what we do, we follow the market. If the momentum of the market is up, then we want to follow it upwards. Currently, we know the momentum is about to shift upwards. So now we're using another data to confirm what the market wants to do. So the market says, and I'll bring this in for you to show you, market says, look guys, we're bearish. This is the RSI, the sentiment indicator. So the relative index indicator is telling us the market wants to go down. So we can expect it to be slightly bearish for a few more days. So that gives us confirmation that we're coming to these lines, and we might even go below these lines. Absolutely fine. But the stochastic RSI, which is a trading sentiment indicator, says to us that no, guys, we want to start moving up. So we can use this and say, well, we have these, divergence here, bearish divergence and a bullish divergence here, kind of giving us two different indicators. So what does that tell us? And this is when we would turn around and say indecisive. So right now we're slightly indecisive. So we can use this if statement. Where were we? Let's bring it back. So we can now use this if statement and say if the market does this and if the market does that. So we can't say 100% up or down. Do you see what I mean? So this is where it becomes an if statement. And then we can use the Fibonacci lines to basically tell us what's going to happen. But because we can see that this is forming as a bullish pattern, more of a trading bullish pattern, we can then use this and focus on this level and say, well, if the market continues upwards, then we can see this $50 level here. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's Luna. I'm glad that you understood it. But remember, sometimes just to take the noise off the chart, use the line chart. The line chart will take the noise off, right? So this is how we take the noise off the chart. Means that we just have a plain chart and see what happens. But remember, these 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average are very important lines as well. Okay, so you can see that we're trying to hold that 50-day, which we must, because if we fail, then we're coming to the 200-day, which is bearish. We don't want to be in the bearish zones. We want to stay in the bullish zones. So that's that. Now let's move over to where we were before. We were talking about BNB. BNB has been indicating bullish for a few days. And again, BNB is now falling back to the 200-day moving average. It broke the 50-day. As you can see, it's trying to support its 200-day moving average. So BNB is struggling. This is struggle. This is desperation. You see what I mean? So ultimately, we can see this desperation here. And again, we're seeing this momentum is just, lower lows, right? Bad. This is bad. So BNB, this is why a few days ago I even mentioned, I said I might even be offloading my BNB, but I haven't done yet. I am in profit. I mean, I bought BNB when it was around $2. So I'm just holding back to see what the entire market does, because the entire market is saying something else, right? So when we look at the overall market, we want to see, is it still bullish or is it 100% red? And the way we do this is there's a trick to it, right? So I use this and I go here and I change it to market cap and I change it to all I got to do is look at this. And today, looking at this, we can see the entire market is bullish. Sorry, bearish, right? Entire market is dead. This is a dead market. We can see this, right? Which we expected, and I, kind of expected. I said, look and see what happens on a Monday more than observing it on a Sunday, because a Sunday close doesn't make any difference. I want to see what the institutions do. And we can see that, some of these coins, you can see the news breakout. This one's pumping, right? BUSD, USD, USDC, DAI. These are all USD coins, by the way, right? Even this one here, USD coins. So we can see all these USD coins are pumping. That means that entire market is now going to have money taken out, and just people are going to be just waiting on these coins. So the only two, XTZ and LTC, seems to be pumping, but we'll have a look at this. We'll see exactly what goes on right here. So it's not really a great pump. It's only 2.8%, just say call it 3%, right? 3.5% now actually. So it is pumping, because now what's going on? People have noticed this is pumping, so they're using all of this money to pump it into this. Do you know what I mean? So that's what they're doing. So where were we? Luna, BNB. We did BNB. Where are we? This one is for Bubble. Bubble, this one's for you, bro. This one's for you, right? Bubble, I told you that currently we've got the daily RSI and the daily stochastic RSI telling us it's going to be bearish. There is no reason it can't continue to be like this, but this is telling us bearish. Giving us a bearish divergence means that we are going to come down. And as you can see, we did come down. Question is how far, right? But ultimately, remember, momentum is also king. So if the money is still flowing into this, if the volume is still flowing into this, and we could even see this one continue to pump. Absolutely no issues at all. This could still continue to pump. And so far, what I am seeing is this, and this is not healthy, right? When you look at this to be parabolic, this is not healthy. This trend line is a lot more healthy. So money is going to come out. Here on this particular candle, you can see it's very indecisive. The bears try to take it. The bulls are pushing it back up. In fact, the bulls just did. So you can see this here. This is a very, very indecisive candle. But I wouldn't bet my money on this particular one. Because what's going to happen is anybody who's made money here, if there's enough guys out there who are like the 10%, 20% guys, they made their money, they're going to basically get out now and they're going to pump it into something else that's pumping. So if you look here, someone's made 68%. There's no reason why they're not going to take half of their chips off the table, pump into something else. So I'll be very cautious. I wouldn't really go into this, go ape into this. I would hold back, wait and see what it does, and if it brings us down. And on this one, as you can see, every day has been a very bullish day. So we have to go to lower time frames to confirm and see what's going on. So lower time frame showing bullish, which is okay, not a problem. Let's have a look at the hourly and see what the hourly is showing to us. Because what I'm looking for here right now, by the way, guys, I'm actually looking for a pattern. So this is where now I'm actually hunting for a pattern, and my pattern that I'm hunting is just shown to me. So I just saw this pattern, so you can see this pattern here. So this is our mini hourly trend line, which is fine. And then I'm also on this particular level, I'm also doing this. So I'm using this data and I'm doing this, right? And I can see that this is a wedge, right? So we've got this wedge formed here. And usually on this particular level, so we can see there's One is a mini trend line upwards. Great. We're respecting that trend line so far. We can see that this is the peak of the trend line. So that means if we do go up, we can use this. So this is another technique that I use. But what I'm looking for is my main pattern, which is this one here. Right. Let me bring it in. So I'm also looking at this, and this one is if you can all see, I've just shown it to you on lunar chart. So remember on the lunar chart, we draw the stuff here. This is a what do you call the symmetrical triangle. So you can see a symmetrical triangle has formed. Neither bearish, neither bullish. Can we confirm this? Well, we can if we go to the daily. What does it show us? Remember the symmetrical triangle on an hourly is showing us that we are indecisive, right? And so far we just decided we want to go down. As you can see, this is hilarious, right? So yeah, I mean, it's just decided it wants to push down, and so far you can see it just broke down. We just did it. That's it, dump. Do you know what I mean? We were just talking about this on a 4 hourly. You can see just dumped. It broke that thing. So we still have this point here as a symmetrical. If we invalidate this point, so we have now, you can see there's multiple patterns here, and we're observing all of them. So if we fall below this line, guys, then of course we are bearish. That means we are going to have a higher probability to come back to this higher trend line. And this is what I was trying to tell you, that these are parabolic moves. We don't like these. These parabolic moves are very bad. That means as high as they go, they will come down. Okay, but on a mini time frame, you can see that we've had these patterns, and from them we can see where we could come down to. Now I'm going to show you one other thing on this particular chart, which is going to give us a target. So we can use this, and we can use. Let's just use this. Actually, let's use this whole data. So I'm not going extra bullish on this, but sorry, not this. Let's just use this data and say, right, if it does break down, how far could it go down? Look at this. Beautiful. It will come back to the trend line and actually find support on the trend line if it did break all the way down. All right, so we can see this, which is absolutely awesome to see. Now we can say an if statement, and we can say if it broke above, what can we see? Well, you can see that parallel channel that we drew. Look, it's the top of the parallel channel. So I hope this all makes sense. These are some crazy ways of looking at patterns. But yeah, I mean, we can also use this. But remember, look, RSI, stochastic RSI we use for trading, and RSI we use for the index, the sentiment, people sentiment is down. So this is expected to go down. So be careful on that one. Right, so we are going to come down, and it's showing we are coming down. Algo, it's absolutely fine. I mean, what Algo is doing is actually okay. It's holding this previous all-time high, so it needs to hold support above the previous all-time high. It's doing this, so we've been pretty even on up and down. But absolutely, again, when you look at these areas, everything is saying it's going to go down. So just wait for this correction to be over. When we come back down here, then we pick it up. I was showing XRP to someone, and I mentioned XRP. Obviously, it's had a dump, quite a significant dump actually, but it's trying to hold that 50-day. Let's try and hold that 50-day and see where we go from there. But other than that, there's not really much of a pattern here, right? This is the candle that it had to break. It kind of attempted it, it failed. So ultimately another failed rally. But overall, you can see on the daily, it is indicating bullish, right? We just need this RSI to flip back up again. The moment it flips back up again, it's human sentiment, right? People sentiment is going to be up, and then we push up again. So far, even majority of the investors, like retail and everything, are staying away from this. And this is just a story we can see from there. If you look at the body, there is no bullish action here. Total bearish. They're bringing it down. That's fine. They probably come and test the 200-day, see what happens. So that's that. And now we're going to move over to SHIB. So let me get Shiba. Shiba. And while I get the Shiba chart, let me have a quick look at the at everything else. Right, hold on. Let's have a look. Quite a few people talking. Of course, El Babu just likes his Egld, so he's a Egld king. So he's there. Okay, Tamil Gamer wants H bar. We'll do H bar as well after SHIB. So we'll do H bar. Right. So SHIB so far. Now I want to talk about SHIB, not about the chart, not about the price, not about anything. Right. I mean, SHIB hasn't been around. As you can see, this chart is not the longest chart. In fact, let me try and get a longer chart, because there is a longer chart. There is a longer chart, not on Binance though. I believe Huobi has a longer chart. Nope, not even Huobi. Let's try somebody else. There's a few things I want to talk about regarding SHIB. So the longest chart would be here actually, Uniswap. Yeah, this is the longest chart. So let's just keep this here. Um, okay, let me explain a few things about SHIB. First of all, the guy who created SHIB, he seems to be in contact with Vitalik Buterin and the founder of Polygon Matic for some time. In fact, a picture has emerged of all three of them in a conference having a walk together and having a private conversation, right? So nobody knows what the conversation was, but that was in 20 something 2016 or 2017. He seems to be connected. And then when we connect the dots, all the drama and everything that's happened has happened between Ethereum, Polygon Matic, and SHIB. That's the drama. We know about this. Fine. So there's the connection just continues. On top of that, somehow, out of all the shitcoins on the planet, Shiba Inu seems to be the only, right, or the second meme coin. In fact, let's go into this. I'm going to show you this. You're going to love this. So this is Coinbase Institution. This is Coinbase Custody, where all they keep all their Coinbase coins. And a lot of these coins are, so not all, not a lot. Majority of these coins, Coinbase also invests into. Talking of the devil, they just emailed me something. Okay, that's fine. So these are coins they hold. Remember, Coinbase Custody also hold them. They don't hold any Tom, Dick, and Harry coin. They hold their coins that they believe in. So we know they hold BTC. We know they hold Ethereum, Cardano, and the list goes on. Polkadot, right? Let's have a look at all of this. Wrap BTC, Matic token, Cosmos, right? Elrond, Graph, Shiba. They hold Shiba. Let's have a look at what else they hold. So this is the full list of everything they hold, right? Let's have a look and let's see what else they hold, right? I'm about to surprise you, right? So we know there's some other nonsense there. Keep a look, keep on looking. This is the full list, by the way. Did you notice anything? They don't have any other meme coin except Shiba. How's that possible, right? If you look carefully at the other exchanges, like for example, what was the other one? Someone mentioned the other day, Webull. If you the other one is called come on, those other institutional ones, what's it called? eToro. They have Shiba. So when you see Shiba popping up into major exchanges, Binance, right? Coinbase has it, and Coinbase will launch it at some point. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Huobi is like this, you know, one of the largest as well. They're there. We have it in Kraken. We have all the major exchanges who are interested in Shiba Inu. So when I look at all of this data, this says to me something is not right about this. Something very positive is hiding in the shadows that we don't know. There has to be a reason why. I mean, what's Shiba done? Gone around bribing everybody? Why would it put it there? And then on top of that, Shiba's been launching its other tokens and whatnot through its Shiba DEX. And again, what we see is Shiba's been burning a lot of tokens. This time they're burning it, not giving it away to Vitalik. Now, if Vitalik didn't put the 50% back on, we would have had only half the supply. That would have pumped it even more, and that is exactly what pumped it. And then currently we had this massive dump because the supply came back, right? So when I'm looking at all of this and I'm seeing how much institutional drama SHIB has, right? It says to me that there's something that we don't know, right? So you see this supply here. This was actually half before Vitalik put it back into the market. And now what we're seeing is some of these are actually burning. So I think SHIB hasn't got, you know, right now maybe nothing. There's no chance for what SHIB is going to do, but I think later on SHIB is going to do something. Also, news has broke out and Shiba has confirmed this. They are now moving over to their own blockchain very soon. In about 6 months' time, they're going to be moving over to their own blockchain. So that's something we're going to be looking out for. So SHIB seems to be, you know, I mean, from whatever money they've raised, where they are. And remember, it's not a small fish anymore. It's at the market cap is at 2.4 billion. And at one stage, I think it went to about $5 or $6 billion, right? Before the half the supply came back again. So I want to see this supply being destroyed. I want to see this supply going. Am I ultra bullish? No, I'm not. I've invested only what I could afford to lose, and I've left it there. Right, that's it. I've only invested what I could, but I'm only doing it as a gamble. Remember, I didn't invest into Dogecoin until very recently, right? But Shiba, I jumped in because I think it's got potential looking at all of those other data points that nobody talks about. The friendship between Vitalik, the friendship between Matic, all of those kind of things. Finding Shiba on all the major exchanges, right? In fact, all the institutional grading exchanges as well. Finding Shiba to be the only coin to be on Coinbase custody. All of this indicates that there's something going on. Also, if somebody's looking for coins that they think is solid or has a potential to survive, well, just look at Coinbase custody and just see what coins are here. And these are all the coins that will survive, regardless what happens. And if they've got it here, look, for example, Ramp. Ramp is not available on Coinbase yet. And I'm telling you, when Coinbase lists it, Ramp is going to pump. That's why I'm holding on to Ramp. You see what I mean? Here's another one I talked about, Alchemy Pay. It's currently at 8 cents. When Coinbase lists this on the exchange, this will pump. So everything they've ever had here, at one stage or another, they do come to the market. So this is a good way to know that if they're holding it, they're going to definitely launch it at some stage, right? So that's how I basically use this metric here. Coinbase custody is a very good way to see, because remember, Coinbase is pumping it out, advertising it to 50, 60 million people out there, their account holders. So that's what this is all about, right? When you see this, you know that these are coins that will survive, and these are coins that, when they do come onto the exchange, will have massive pumps, massive, massive pumps. I mean, how many game coins have you seen? Not many. Look at this axis there. Do you know what I mean? Phantom wasn't there for a long time, and then Phantom comes onto Coinbase and then starts pumping. Do you see what I mean? Also, another coin to keep an eye on, Sushi. Remember, I talk about how decentralized exchange coins have zero use case. Well, Sushi is trying to make some use case. So again, that just says to me that ultimately when Sushi does its move, it's going to be really good. But obviously Coinbase pump is too late now because it's already done it. But keep an eye on this. This is what I'm talking about. These coins, a lot of these coins, they're not even on there yet. So keep an eye and you watch when they come, how they work out. So next coin we're going to talk about is, so that's Shiba. Let's go back into Shiba actually. Where's Shiba? Shiba. So Shiba, I drew this box the other day. All right, let me take auto off. So I drew this box the other day and I said, this is a specific range we need to get above. So Shiba needs to go back to the 0.0000 whatever 1 in order for it to basically change its whole, I don't know what to say. I mean, this pattern, like, look carefully. It's just been playing, hovering around this. This is a sideways channel that's been playing around. And, right now it's just not ready. If you look carefully, this sideways channel that we've had, I'll put it here just to show you. Look carefully. This is a sideways channel that's been hovering around. But it is actually following the market sentiment as well. So when the market reacts, it also reacts. Sometimes it's been ignoring. I mean, that day when we had that big dump on BTC, right? I think it was this one or so. Yeah, I think it's one of them. Look at this. It did break out, but somebody just decided to dump all their coins. And I've got a good feeling probably it was to do with Matic Foundation, because Matic Foundation, remember when they raised the money for the India Corona thing, right? They have $1 billion worth of, they had $1 billion. It's not worth $1 billion anymore. It's probably worth $500 million. But the point is, they only sold 20 million. So they took money for COVID relief. Everyone was hyping about it, but they never gave anything. They only took 20 million and gave it to the thing. So they kept the rest of them. And I bet you any money, when they saw this pump, they just decided to dump it. Because you see, this was a point where we almost broke out. And that would have changed everything. And someone doesn't want it to go up yet. So there's a whale out there who doesn't, and the only whale I can think of who has, close to 50% of the supply is Matic. Matic Network is holding 50% of the entire supply. The founder of Matic Network, who is also the founder of the India COVID Relief Fund, he has 50% of the supply. So this is why I left Matic. I'm not really fussed on Matic anymore. They're just full of scams in my opinion, because that's very scammy, and this is kind of taking people's money. Any coin that somebody has 50% of the total entire market cap, I'm not happy. So what Vitalik did, I kind of hate him for that as well. But this overall, I think it has potential to do something insane. So let's see where that goes. Now you wanted to see H bar, L bubble. Let's go to H bar. HBAR was a token that wanted to say how good and how better and everything they are compared to BTC. HBAR is made by the institution, 100 made by the institution, right? And you can see the day when they launched, they hyped a lot. And just now, basically, or recently, you can see they broke that previous high, which is okay. So they broke the previous high. Now, does HBAR has potential to go? I've seen a lot of ads pumping. So HBAR is definitely getting attraction from the people. It's broke its all-time high. Well, we broke it and then got rejected again. So is it a coin to pick up? I'm sure a lot of institutions are probably interested. A lot of institutions are probably interested in HBAR, but it's one of those institutional grade blockchain that majority of the investors are institutions. So you, the retail, me, the retail. I mean, me, the retail, not interested, but retail going into HBAR. Just be careful. That's all I'm going to say because the whales are the institutions on this particular coin because it was sold only to institutions, nobody else. And if you look at this current divergence forming here, you can see that's showing bearish. So let's see where it goes. It's on a daily as well, higher time frame. So yeah, ultimately it might calm down. But yeah, I mean, this is probably just some freak news pump or something. I mean, what is really HBAR doing? I know they're talking about building NFT and this and that, but when you have a simple algorithm that looks like a cryptocurrency, but it's got nothing to do with the cryptocurrency, made by an institution like a fake crypto, of course you can build anything on it. You know what I mean? You can take this, think about it, HBAR as a website. So tomorrow when you decide to put some cartoons on it, you'll be fine. The day after, when you decide to take all of that and make it into a payment system, you can. It's not really a blockchain for you to do anything. Do you see what I mean? Because they had massive, massive promotions regarding how fast they are and this and that. When people realized, well, how you can do it, they realized that it wasn't really a blockchain. So of course you can do it. You know what I mean? So that was one of the main issues about HBAR. But keep an eye on it. Obviously, if you're in it for the money, make the money and get the hell out. Why not? That's what I say to people. HBAR. So what else are we talking today? Oh yeah, I was going to put LTC here for a bit. Let's put LTC for a bit. Let's go to a longer data for LTC because one of the best data would be this one, the longest data. So let's go for the longest data on LTC. So LTC previous, all right, let's get all of this. This is something I wrote. I'm sure it's something. Okay, so this is something I wrote time back. Guys, remember the video I talked about it? I even wrote about it. Or I think I promoted some, so I'll delete this now. We don't need any of this data. But it did save it. So this was the previous all-time high for Litecoin. And you can see we came back during the Bitcoin pump. And this is the exact same pattern as Bitcoin. We came here and we created a new all-time high, which is absolutely fine. So it took us a long time, donkey's years, 2017 to think. So exact same as Bitcoin. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, like Litecoin and BCH, and I know, what's his name, KR, you've asked me so many times, and I said, guys, Bitcoin, so you know whatever Bitcoin does, there's a few coins out there who are leech. They stick on to what Bitcoin does and they follow Bitcoin exactly the same because they're filter feeders, right? So what happens is when the money moves out of coins, right? So I'll give you a good example. When the money moves out of this, they enter into coins like coins like BCH, Bitcoin Cash, coins like Litecoin, because people think they're the silver to the Bitcoin. That's what it is, because they don't know any better, right? They're just going by what people tell them. So the money filters in, and this is what they do all the time. You can copy the pattern and it's going to be exact duplicate, right? But yeah, I mean, today there was a pump. You can see clearly there was a pump, but definite. This is what I would call a manipulated pump. Fake news, sell the news, and then kill the people's money. So how much money did the institutions make today by selling the news? How much money did they make? And they're making more. They made about 22%. So they took 22% of your money. They hyped it. You went up there. They rejected it. They sold the whole lot to you. Do you know what I mean? This is not a liquidation. This is nothing. But they sold everything. Because remember, these are coins that follow what Bitcoin does, what Ethereum does. This is what they follow. These are leech. That's what I call them, a leech. So just be careful. But as I said, someone's holding all of their coins and someone's dumping on you, someone's spreading that news. So Quorum, I hope, bro, this answers your question why I'm not so bullish on Litecoin, why I don't have faith in it. But it's just got to look at the pattern. It's the same pattern, same exact pattern. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the indicators are saying something else. So indicators, for example, here, indicators are saying slight bearish, undecided. Here, we're looking at this trading, indicating super. Why? Again, as you can see, these news, this sentiment changes. Everyone starts going and doing trading, and they get wrecked from this. But wow, it literally came to the 50-day as well. So it literally came to the 50-day. So let's see what it does. Ultimately, as I said, it's going to follow BTC, so just wait for it. That's BTC. What was the other coin we wanted to talk about? So that was LTC. Shiba we talked about. Okay, I've done the measurement. What the hell just happened to the market? Massive manipulation. SM wants to know about Mina coin. Definitely, bro. We'll put Mina here and we'll talk about manipulation. So, Jedi, talking about manipulation. Manipulation is pretty much been what's been happening recently with all these fresh news. Now, if you watched yesterday's stream, I talked about how if you go here and you look at all of this, like look, all of these news, and especially when you do coins, and these are all related to the coins, what you'll find is there are hundreds of coins, and I'm not joking, look, hundreds of coins with positive news. This is something very rare. But when we see this, we know what this means. This all means that the market is basically, whoever's manipulating the market is spreading so much good news, great news, right? There's only a few, like for example, this one here, someone done an exit scam. There was only one or two news that we saw, but everything else, we're seeing massive positive news in the market, which is telling the retail people who read this, and I don't read this all the time, I use this as an indicator to what I should be buying or what may be happening. So when we see all of this, it's telling us that basically Litecoin surges on debunked Walmart's news. So look at that, debunked. Right. All right, I'll forget that. I won't talk about this anymore. But the point I'm trying to make here is the news itself will pump. And this is a sell the news kind of a situation. So Cardano yesterday on the dot, 9:30 p.m., when it done the blockchain launch, we had a dump. It was a sell the news moment, right? We had a sell the news moment on El Salvador news on the 7th of September. We all know this. So a lot of these coins coming out with these brilliant news are all sell the news. Now, there's going to be the market. You got to observe it from a point of view of an investor or an analyst. An analyst knows that the 20th of September, so we knew the 12th of September was the day for Cardano. I think we all kind of overlooked the 7th, so we didn't really focus too much on that because we thought that there would be enough power, but people couldn't hold it back because of the liquidation event we had, right? We couldn't. The bulls were there, by the way. We had $1.3 billion or $2 billion worth of liquidations. Bulls came in with $7 billion, but because we couldn't buy fast enough and all the exchanges shut down, right, on that day or had some sort of a glitch, the bulls couldn't buy. They did buy later, but a lot of the people couldn't buy during the event. Because I'm telling you, $1.5–2 billion coming down, $7 billion going on. Bro, we would have reversed this candle. This one candle we had here, where was it? Right? This one candle that we had here, we would have reversed this candle, right? On that day, if the exchanges didn't screw up on us, right? And we would have reversed this candle and pretty much done something like this. We would have went from all the way from here, because remember, we came down here somewhere. Actually, let me draw it differently. Let me draw it from here. So we went down here somewhere. We would have reversed it and done at least, now I can't even show it to you. Let me see if I can bring this down, right? We would have literally gone like that, right? About 3 times more, wasn't it? So if it's about 2 billion and we did 7, we would have done about 3 times more, somewhere around here, and we would have shot up all the way to that $64,000 and probably gone even further. That's how much action we saw. But again, because the exchange is messed up, we couldn't get in. And this is why we need more decentralized exchanges that are user friendly. I'm actually talking to a few people. I'd really want to if I can, I want to get the community and everybody and create some sort of a decentralized exchange. No human interaction, no owners, no founders. Let the code do its thing, but more user friendly. Something similar that you go in, you sign up or whatever you do. You don't even need to sign up, but similar like Binance. So, something you're familiar with, similar to Coinbase, you're familiar with, but it's decentralized where you can go and trade any BTC or Ethereum pairs or any type of a pair you want. We need something like this so that it doesn't go down, because remember, every single central exchange went down, but the decentralized exchanges didn't. Uniswap didn't. So when we know Uniswap didn't, we need something like that for BTC, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, every ecosystem. We need something that is interoperable, user-friendly. You can jump in anytime and trade anytime, and these events don't affect us, and we can continue to pump the market on the chain, because that's what happened. $2 billion went out, $7 billion entered, but we did not reflect that fast enough. You know what I mean? Because of what the exchanges did. So I hope this kind of makes sense to you, what kind of a situation we're sometimes in, right? What we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Mina. Mina, let's look at Mina. Let's just get this. Okay, Mina. Now let's have a look at Mina, because I know what Mina is, but right now it's just on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember what it was. Let me just quickly look at it. Have a little look at what Mina was. Okay. So Mina kind of following the market, which is fine. What is Mina protocol? Let's have a look. Mina protocol is a minimal succinctive blockchain to curtail computation of tabs. Yeah, we know that because it's using ZK snarks, which is exactly similar to Bitcoin. Interesting. Mina employs the Ouroboros as well. So Mina has this. So Mina is very similar to Bitcoin, but it uses the Cardano Ouroboros. Interesting. That's yeah. Wow. Okay, so we know, I mean, Ethereum is technical, similar to BTC, but BTC proof of work uses similar stuff. Okay, so this is quite interesting. So yeah, thank you for bringing it up. I'll have a look at this. Interesting. So if this coin seems to be quite good just by reading what it's intended to do. Definitely looks interesting, right? And I can see it's been built on similar technology as the BTC, which is really cool to see. So no financial advice, guys, but I'm gonna be saying this. It's probably worth just buying a whole bunch of them and just leaving them for a little bit and see where it goes. So max supply 24 million, not bad. Okay, that's not that bad. 24 million max supply. Um, oh no, so max supply is not here. Give me a second. Let me just quickly find out what's going on. Interesting. Let's go into the website. This is going to be important because we have to see what the maximum supply is. We have to see everything. Interesting. So Mina is definitely partnering. Interesting. This is good stuff. Economics white paper. I want to see the economics white paper. Let's have a read of this. Let me zoom into this so we can all see what this is telling us. So far, we can see it looks like a very good thing. So let's have a look. I just want to see how many coins it's got actually. That's all I'm looking for. So I'm just going to quickly. These are all. That's fine. I don't care about all of this. It's all good. I mean, the technology sounds awesome. So yeah, this one I haven't actually checked before. So it's the first time I'm checking. I'm checking it with you. So far, yep, very similar to how BTC operates. I like this. This is good. They're using you know, ZK Snarks, which is absolutely fine. They're using the Ouroboros Cardano. I'm surprised. That's what I'm surprised about. Oh my days. Okay, so check this out. This is similar to one of my papers that I drew. Supply schedule, brilliant. So this is how the supply schedule is going to be. So this is important, right? Let's have a look. Mean monominal inflation will begin at 12%. Then over the course of 5 years, the inflation rate will fall to 7, remain at 7 thereafter, whatever. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. So they're using network staking, which is interesting. But what they're doing is it's like the mining basically. So over time, you can see where they started. It was like 20. From 20, they will go down to literally nothing. So that's pretty cool to see. Um, yeah, we know the Nakamoto paper. So they're following the Nakamoto paper, which is fine. So looking at this, I think they have 2.4 billion token. So from what I'm seeing, I think they have 2.4 billion token, and it's definitely a network mining token. Yeah, pretty much that. That's what I was confused about. So that's what they have. Currently, the total supply is 824. So almost 50%, just 40%, 45% is out. Um, yeah, let me quickly go into what number this is. Number 82. Bro, thank you very much for bringing this to me because I'm going to be getting off this stream and going to pick up some. But I'll tell you one thing, guys, be warned. I'm not picking it up for today. I'm not picking it up for this month, next year. No, 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 no. If I am going to pick up some Mina, so this is Mina. If I am going to pick up some Mina, then for me, it's going to be for at least 5 years. Okay, so we can see the total market cap is 1 billion, nothing. We've got plenty of room to grow. Volume is close to a billion, not bad. So when you look at this, this also says this is very strong contender. So you know the 7-day volume, the 24-hour volume is around 200 million, which is approximately what 8% of this. Not bad. This is good to see. We can see the circulating supply is 235 million. Sorry, circulating supply is 235 million. Awesome to see. So yeah, this is one I'm going to be looking into. And as I said, I'm going to be going off the stream. I'm going to be picking some, but I'm going to be doing it for 5 years. So if anyone wants to follow that, then you do it for 5 years and don't come back and say, oh, you said so. No, this is one of those, you got to take that 5-year risk. It's like BTC when it first came out. Everyone's a skeptic, right? I was a skeptic. Everybody was a skeptic. So we need to stay skeptical and see where it goes. So just doing this on an hourly basis, looking at the hourly market, because I don't really have much data. I'll have a look because it is a fresh new coin, which is awesome. And we only have currently, yeah, I mean, I can't even use this 50 days, not that old. So let's just use these 4-hour data points and see what we've got and try and get our charts correct. All right, so we can use this data here. Let's just use this specific data here as our trend line. So let's just use this data point as our trend line. In fact, let's just use this area here. So if we just hypothetically use this as our little area. Okay, so we have, this is on a 4-hourly. 4-hourly, Mina is about to explode. That's what it's telling me. The perfect bounce, the perfect level for a stochastic RSI. We can see the red line is coming in. So the leading indicator has already moved in, the blue line, and it's about to shoot up. It's there. Perfect buy zone. It's about to shoot. It's indicating it's about to shoot, which is awesome to see. Now, if it does shoot, it has to break above this neckline, obviously, you know, and let's put a fib on it and see what it says. Why would I want to wait for a bear market before I buy? Great question. Let me answer this for you very simply. So we can use yesterday's closing candle and we can use this particular candle here. And if we use this, pretty much brings us back to the neckline and slightly above if we did have a pump. So I'm using yesterday's candle. So if we do see a pump, we could come there. If we do see a dump, it could bring us back to the 618 level, which is down here, which is awesome. Okay, let me explain how hodls work. So Jedi, this is a brilliant, brilliant question for you. And I'm going to ask you a question, and I hope you can answer this question, this for me. So I'm going to reverse the question back to you. So we're in 2021. Today is the date is May, the sorry, 13th of September. Today, pick a coin. Pick me a coin. Give me a name of a coin. I want to choose one of your coin. Pick me a coin. So Jedi Knight, give me a coin. Any coin. Name one. I'm waiting for you, bro. Name a coin. I want to give this question back to you, and you're gonna see the answer, and that's gonna be exact reason why I would wait for a bear market and not a bull market. Because it does make sense. Because this is what I know. I understand a lot of people. It's like, okay, if you're hodling, you know, so like for example, Mina, I'm buying on. I'm gonna be buying straight after I exit this stream. I'm gonna go and buy Mina. Now Mina could easily dump down 90%, 95%. Right? And I'm okay with that because I'm going to be hodling this. This is fine because Mina is so new. And if Mina continues to do partnerships, Mina could even do quite well during a bear market, right? By looking at what they're doing. Right, they pretty much nailed it by having the Bitcoin algorithm, by having the Ethereum algorithm compatibility, by having Cardano, Solana. I'm sure it's all coming, right? That's what they're doing, and that all makes sense to me. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see what's going on. And also, they have the network staking, which looks good. And I just had a brief look at it. I'm going to read the paper again. Obviously, the technical paper, I have to read it again. So we look at that. Matic, right? Super. So we've got Matic. So forget me now. Let's go into Matic. So we're going to look at Matic, right? And just use any basic chart. Doesn't matter. We're going to use Matic. All right. So Matic pumps with the market. Entire market pumps. Goes all the way up there. And BTC says, I want to have a little bit of a dump. So we know BTC said, I want to have a little bit of a dump. And BTC did its dump, right? Let's get this on a daily for you. So I'm giving you facts, nothing more, right? I'm going to give you facts, nothing else. So BTC says, I want to have a little dump. You know, I've ate too much. I've had too much money, too much fiat pumped into me. You know, it's giving me congestions. I've got to dump this and I've got to get rid of this congestion. So BTC says, I'm going to dump 55%. All right, let's hold on. Let me show this to you on a clean map. Right, BTC says I need to dump 55%. So we're going to look at this particular candle here, the lowest of the lowest. So we're using the lowest of the lowest, right? And we're saying BTC says I'm going to do a 50. So it was 55%, but anyway, just say 60%. Let's say 60. Where is it? No, it is 55. 55%. So BTC says I'm going to do a 50% dump. That's what BTC did. And we come back to Matic, and Matic says, well, I'm going to do. So where's the high? There's the high. Matic says, I'm going to do a 76% dump. So that's what Matic did. So for someone who's been waiting to, like, for example, someone who wants to jump into this coin but says, oh no, it's gone parabolic from here to here. Because remember, the pump we had here has been massive, right? So we know BTC up to the top did a, what do you call this? So from the bottom, we can, oh yeah, we just use this data here. So we're using the 4th of January. From 4th of January, Matic done a 13,000% pump, right? And from 4th of January, BTC, here, BTC on this one. 4th of January, and we're just doing this because this is really good comparison. So let's find 4th of January. Let me find 4th of January. May, June. Hold on 1 second. I just want to double check something, guys, because I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, 21. So 4th of January 21. So let's go back to BTC, 4th of January 21. All right, 4th of January. Yeah, 4th of January. From 4th of January 21, BTC did 100%. Right, I hope this all makes sense to you when you finally understand it. So BTC from 4th of January did only 107%. Matic from 4th of January did 13,000%. So we did 13,000 from January 4th, 2021 to whatever market top, let's just call it like this. But BTC only did this. Now, what would Matic do if BTC, and the problem is Matic wasn't one of those coins that was around at the time of, when we had those other, so it doesn't have enough history, but this is why it's going to be hard for me to show this, but it's going to be really cool, right? So let's just use this 75% dump idea, right? And let's go into another chart and say, right, when BTC does something, so these are interesting stuff that everybody needs to see. Let's get rid of all of this. Actually, let's get rid of everything, right? And let's get one indicator, because remember, I use this for the entire market cap. All right. So we know 55% took us from here to here. So what we're looking at is now we're saying from here, all right? So we say if we did pump to the, like, okay, let's just do it here. Forget it. I'm just doing it from here because we haven't got a top, so I can't really work that. So we've got another 47%, right? Let's just say 47% from where we are today, right? So let's just say 47% to the market, bear market bottom, because we're looking for the bottom here. So if it is 47% from where we are now, and we drop this, let's just say this is 76 based on 55, so 47, we'll say 50. We just say 50 to be kind to it, right? We say 50. Bear market bottom, we'll say 50%. How about this? 49%, right? You will, sorry, my bad. Because it's hard to show this when we don't have enough data to compare to. So let's just take it from here and take it 50%. So here, assuming we come down, you can pick up a Matic for around 62 cents. All right. And as long as the Matic survives, and Matic will survive, by the way, 62 cents compared to where we are today, which is $1 thing. So you're getting almost about half price in a bear market. And that's inevitable. There's no ifs and buts. That's what's going to happen. Because remember, when I'm looking at BTC, I'm also calculating how low BTC could go. And I've just said BTC would come down to around 26 on the worst case scenario. Obviously, if we spend more time here and the higher we go, our bear market bottom could be 50, right? But whatever the case is, you got to look at the major coin, how far they move and how far some of the alts move. And one good way of to also see this is, for example, here, I'll give you a good example. BTC today does 4%. Ethereum does 6. Cardano does 10. Okay, fine. Cardano we leave out. XRP does 6. Forget Solana because these are different coins. But let's just look at some other coins. Hold on. I mean, let's just look at Matic. Why not? You did pick a good coin that I can't get the data because it's such a new coin. But let's find it. Where is Matic? Polygon Matic. Come on. Has it disappeared? What the hell is happened to Polygon Matic? Polygon Matic here. So BTC dumps 4%, Polygon Matic dumps 9%. So that kind of gives us a rough idea that whatever happens, the market seems to dump a little bit more. So we can use this ratio, and sometimes it's better because the thing is the discounts. Now, this is just still in the middle of a bear market, by the way. So understand where I'm coming from. This is on the middle of a bear market, right? When we finally go parabolic and we finally have a big dump, we know whatever the case is, at some stage, right? At some stage, we are going to come back to these levels. And remember, I only use this as an indicator. So if something survives, and say, for example, BTC survives, and sometimes it comes back to this level, maybe the 30, maybe the thing, because I'm only counting where the bottom's going to be. That's where I want to pick up, load up more. But that's where I want to buy my alts, because this is the bloodiest moment of the industry, right? Whenever you look at these, you look at these as the bloodiest moment of the industry. So forget this one. I'm not going to use this. Let's use this. Question is, does Matic have that day? Let me find. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's use this 10th of December. 10th of December, the bloodiest day for Bitcoin, 10th of December. And let's try and see if I can find, so not on this one. Let me try and see if I can find 10th of December for, no, I don't have it on this chart. Let me try and see if I can find a chart that has the 10th of December. This is an older chart. Let's see if this one can give it to me. No, this one doesn't even have it. Okay, let's just go into something else, not Egld. Let's go into LTC. Just use LTC for the sec, because I don't have that data. I would really love to show you that one data, that 2018 data, because it's key for you to understand, right? Does this have it? Oh, this is on Binance. This is Luna. My God, why am I on Luna? LTC. Because what I'm trying to show you is the bloodiest day of the market is the best day of the market to buy everything. So, would Binance have it? Let's see if Binance has it. No. We need to go to an older exchange. Oh, there it is. My bad. Sorry, I found it. Um, Finally found it. So we're looking at the bloodiest day of the market, right? So what date was it? Because it's key to understanding these things, right? So we were looking at the bloodiest day of the market, which is here. So bloodiest day was 10th of December 2018 for Bitcoin. The bloodiest day. That's when the whole market literally crapped their pants, right? And we can see this day here, right? This day here, 10th of December 2018, $22, right? So we know we have this $22 LTC on that specific day. We have a $22 LTC. Where did we come from? We came from $375. I don't know what the maths is, bro, but I can tell you coming from $375 to $22 is close to 99%. Close to 99%. So it doesn't matter what the top was of the market. Look at the bottom of the market. That's what it was, right? And then if you look carefully, where did we go from? So I'm just going to now give you one more data point. So let's just use, so what we've got here, let's just use this for this exchange, 19th of June. So on the 19th of June, right, our body was closing was at $47. So we went from $47 all the way to almost close to $400, and then we dumped back down to half that price here, half the price of where we even started. Now let's go into another fact. So June we said, right? So let's just use June. June. Sorry, I know this is a bit of a lengthy show today, but guys, just bear with me because these are interesting things to see. So 17th of June, right? 17th of June. So we're using 17th of June. June 17. Sorry, it was 16 June. 16 June on year 17. So yeah, around here somewhere. Let's just use this candle here. Let's just use this. So around this time, BTC started at 2,915. Right, so we've got 2,915. Where's the 17th? Hold on. Because I really want to find that exact. Although I know I am not seeing it, for God's sake. Because I was on the weekly. How am I supposed to compare something on a weekly and a daily? Sorry, guys. August, June, July, August. Let's go to June. Because it's very powerful what you're about to see. So this is where we are. Right, we found it. We found it. We found it. 16th, 17th. So 17th of June, we were at 2,448. Remember that number, 2,448. And we went from 2,448 all the way to $20,000. Fine. And then we had this massive, massive dump, right? And then the dump, the bloodiest day of the year was, what did we say? The bloodiest day of the year was 2018. We were sitting at 3,100. 3,100, right? So this is why I'm keep on struggling. Let me just put this there. Gives me 3,100. And if I put another line here, what am I being stupid for? 14, 13, 18, 17, 17, 17. So approximately here, just put an approximation, right? So the difference is during our market cycle, when we started the bull run, we were down here. We pumped all the way and we came down. The bloodiest day, 99% or close to 99%, we're down here. BTC never came back to this price, right? And during the same time, right? So same time, and let me put these lines there so it's easier. So we're looking at this 17th of June. God's sake. So it was 19th. Right, I'm just going to put it here anyway. We'll just put it on that high candle, right? Because it's important, right? And then the bloodiest day of the year. Let's just put it here. Bloodiest day of the year. Let's just put it here, guys. So we started higher and we ended up lower on the bloodiest day. So you see what I'm trying to say here? This is what I've seen over and over again, guys. I know this is long, but understand where I'm coming from. This is what I've seen over and over again. So we have these massive pumps, and on the way down, we go to oblivious. You know, it's just nothing. We have these massive dumps, and this is just LTC. I mean, I can use Ethereum and show you the same thing on Ethereum, because you know Ethereum is a massive contender. So let's just use Ethereum for God's sake, and do the same thing and show you how the top and the bottom works, right? But Ethereum was actually quite different. So here we got the 17th of June. Slightly different, but I'll show you this. You're going to love this one. All right, 13th of June. So we got 13th of June on Ethereum. Let's show you 13th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 17th of June. So let's use this. Sorry. Let's use this. 17th of June. So I'm not even sure where I put it. So it'll probably be around here. There you go. So that's more accurate. This is what we got. And then remember the bloodiest day we had was on the 10th of January, December, or was it January, December? December the 10th, right? So we've got December the 10th. So let's just put it here for the sake of it, right? Just put it here. So again, you see we started at this peak. And then during the bloodiest day of the market, we were below where we even started. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't matter what coin. I can show you hundreds like this, bro. Coins that have existed and have enough data. I can show you this, and you're going to be shocked to what you're seeing. So you tell me, because obviously Matic doesn't have enough data. You tell me that am I expecting, why am I expecting, why am I going to go over bullish on a bear market and not on a bull market if I'm hodling? I would wait for this bottom, bro. I would wait for this bloodiest day, because remember I say I use my Bitcoin logarithmic, this particular specific indicator and chart as my bear market bottom indicator and my bull market top indicator, but more importantly the bear market bottom, because that's when I'm going to get the bargains. And BTC, while it continuously creates higher highs, and these are even a higher low, in the future, every number is higher than whatever that was in previous, right? But everything else does completely something different. So on this cycle, I could easily see. So even though we went from here, from where was it? Forget this $99, right? Where we are now. If we have a major dump, and if Ethereum doesn't secure itself as a proper institutional grade cryptocurrency, this dump could bring us back down to like $300, $400. Do you know what I mean? So these are very important things you have to understand, right? I don't know if I could have, if I explained it to you properly. It's hard for me to obviously show you something. Obviously, you picked a coin, which is great. My fault. I did ask you to pick a coin, but ultimately, this is all fine from where it is in the season. What's going to be the scenario for the bear market? So if I am going to be bullish on this, I want to see this back down here during the bear market, during that one day when the market comes and touches that line. And I want to see what price it is. Is it going to be doing the same thing as what Ethereum did on that day, where we bought it high, pump, 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 oh, we're going to go to the moon? We went from nothing, like here, for example, pump all the way up to, what was it, $1,400, and then came back down to 90. Is that going to be what's going to happen to us? We saw the same pattern forming on LTC, same thing. We had the same dates, and you can see we came down. It was lower than where we were. Are we going to see these actions? Because that's what the bear market does to you. That's how it wrecks you. I'm sure you've been in the market, Jedi. You've been in the market longer. You've been in it long enough, as far as I'm concerned. I know that. You've seen this. You've seen it. Maybe not in all the alts, but you have seen this happen, where BTC goes all the way parabolic, and then all the alts catch up. And usually the alts catch up a day or two later. And then when they dump heavier than they ever did before. This is a lot of people get wrecked on altcoins, not on BTC, right, over time. So this is, I hope this all makes sense. I know this has been a deep analysis just to kind of show you a pattern. I don't know if anyone else is going to show you this, but this is what it is. You know, while BTC creates these lower highs, this was a lower high, a lower low, right? Sorry, a higher low, right? You see it's higher than the previous one. So when you look at a longer time frame, that's all we've been doing. I mean, this high was a lower high, fine, but ultimately, even the lows are higher lows than where we were before. And when we start breaking these trends, we constantly do this over time. Our lows are always higher than the previous lows. So this is why I always say focus on this. This is a key, you know, because this does help. Um, so yeah, I hope this kind of helps. I hope this made sense. You know, when you put dates and everything, all you got to do is pick a few coins, find a chart. Um, Oh, sorry. Okay, no worries. I think someone just sent me a message. I'll check them out. No worries. I think they're shy. I think they're on the show, but they messaged me on Discord. They're on Discord 4 weeks. Joined initially 4 weeks ago. Um, I'm very new to crypto. I'm currently trading Coinbase and I've tried trading on Binance but unable to do this as I've since learned many UK banks cards don't allow you to deposit or buy coins on Binance. I wanted to ask you what other reliable platforms would you recommend which will allow me to buy crypto which are not on Coinbase such as Zilliqa, SHIB, etc. Thanks. Okay, so this is a message from Himi. They are on our Discord server, and this is a private message. I have made it public right now. Not an issue. Um, Number one fact you have to understand, Himi, is that every exchange wants your money. That's the fact. They want your money. But UK banks are the biggest hypocrites. They will prefer to sell it to you direct than allow you to buy it on an exchange. This is what it is. But those are all about to change because remember they lost control. With us people in crypto, the institutions lost control, right? And this is one of the reasons why now they are trying to take control by saying, "Oh, we'll offer it." So you'll see soon they're going to be offering it to you direct. The same hypocrites that didn't allow you to buy on an exchange are going to be selling it direct to you. And you can see places like Post Office offering it now, Post Office apps. It's all coming. It's a matter of time, but they're just being hypocrites. They're playing the regulation game. They're playing the paper game. So places like Coinbase, actually you can still buy. It's just some banks are being fools. My advice to you is figure out a way to get into USDT. I don't want to say anything on the channel, on the live stream because of legal reasons. I don't think I'm allowed to say how it's done because most will probably deem it to be not regulatory. I'm not going to mention anything. But the technique is to get into as much as USDT or USDC, either one of those. Coinbase is still a good option. Binance maybe not. Huobi was good, not anymore. The other one I could recommend to you would be KuCoin. KuCoin is not like a full, so it does have KYC, but it's not like your usual thing. They use different ways of entering into the game. So KuCoin would use Simplex or what's the other one called? Banksa. So they use third-party platforms to allow you to enter. So give KuCoin a go. They might be your place. But ultimately, as I said, your target should be not the altcoins, and they do have all the altcoins as well. Your target should be to be in as many USDC or DAI, I love DAI, or some kind of a dollar peg, which gives you the freedom to move between exchanges without the restriction. Because the exchanges are not restricting you how much you can put in, some do, or how much you can take out, some do. But the point is you're being restricted by your bank. Because remember, the number one fact is exchange want your money. The house always wants your money. So they're not preventing you. It's your stupid banks, my stupid bank, everybody's stupid banks, because they lost control and they're just trying to control us again. That's all it is. So I wouldn't panic too much about it. And KuCoin, as I said, is a good place to go to. Also, there's another one, Gate.io. But remember, when the domino starts falling, everybody falls, right? And currently, I've noticed pretty much all the major exchanges are having some sort of a problem except Coinbase. So from my experience, that's what I've noticed, except Coinbase. Every other exchange is having a bit of a problem. But the key is USDT, you know, and a lot of people are actually picking up USDT this way. Also, P2P trading. So I don't know if you know Binance P2P trading. You can buy to your heart's desire USDT on the P2P trading, but you have to be prepared to pay fees of anything from, like, I think some of these guys charge anything from like 5 to 10%. Some of the, even I've seen 15% being charged. So be prepared if you don't know where you're getting from. I do have OTC traders who do so, and I can say this publicly. So I know a whole bunch of OTC traders who would sell it on the spot market, but they are cheaper than the P2P, but they still do have a high trading fee. So, compared to buying directly on an exchange, you would have been paying anything from, say, 1.5% to 4%, the exchange fees, which is technically cheap compared to the off the market fees. Some of these OTC traders, they don't really give you any discounts or anything. They charge you a lot more. You know, so yeah, I mean, if I can help you a little bit more, I'll try and help you on Discord. I'm more than happy to tell you exactly how it works and who the guys are. But yeah, that's all I can say right now. Um, but you got to find your way. For me, it's been quite easy because I've been in crypto, or kind of 99.9% in crypto now since 2020. So before that, I used to be about 95%, and that allows me to move funds without any questions or anything. I'm moving it from one exchange to another. Exchange doesn't care. And most exchanges understand that you've had appreciation, but the regulation doesn't understand that. When you go to a regulation and you say, well, I've invested 10K 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and my 10K is now worth £1 million or £1 billion. They're like, oh, show us the proof, show us the paper. It's like, are you stupid? Which part don't you understand? So this is a kind of a regular issue I've had with plenty of banks, and now I've just said, sod it to them. I've kept one or two banks. Rest of them, I'll show them a middle finger. I said, well, sod, bad luck to you. I will now prefer to stay in USDC, USDT, or DAI for as long as it takes. I'm even considering to go into Terra USD as well, as long as I mean, it is decentralized, but I'll probably stay in Terra USD as well. So all I need is a currency that I can go anywhere in the world, move around how I want at my own leisure, make money, take profits, do all of those, and not worry about people blocking me or blocking my account. Because I did once have my bank account frozen for 3 weeks, I believe it was, right? That was really annoying because I was desperate. Market was dumping. I needed to buy, and I had all this cash sitting there. So it is annoying. It is annoying. But where there's a will, there's a way. That's what I say. Don't worry too much about that. We'll definitely check that one out. So, Mimi, I hope this kind of answers your question, right? And let's see where we go from there. Guys, if there's any other questions, please let me know. If not, then let's move on. And Jedi, are you still here? If you are, bro, I hope this answered your question. Why I will prefer buying 1,000 coins in a bear market than buying 1,000 coins in the middle of a bull market. Any sideways action. I don't want to be buying anything right now. I need to start thinking about, are we going to have a dump or are we going to have a pump? And do I need to scale out or what? What do I need to do? So for me right now, if we are continuing to be bullish, I need to prepare to scale out of all my alts as soon as possible, take my profits, take everything, wait for it to come back so I can then pick up the discounts. That's what I need to be doing, because remember, when the time comes, it doesn't tell you when it's coming, and when it comes, it will be, you'll be, if you got 100 coins, can you sell all 100 coins on the prices, like when it pumps, if you haven't already got your limit orders set up? Most of the coins that I'm going to give up have already got limit orders set up based on percentages, so I've done some maths, and I said, like, and I've done some like current maths. So I've said, from this white line to here, how many percent can we go? So up to around these levels here, we're looking at about 85%, right? So I've calculated that, and I said, right, if this is going to do about 85%, how much money can my other ones do within these times based on this maths, and how many percent they can go? Some of them would do 100%, some would do 200%. But remember, I'm a 1% guy. If I could make 1% overall profit after paying my fees and everything, I'm a happy guy. So some of those coins will make me 100%. Some of them will make me, even 1,000%. If they do at that time, that's when I want to exit. Do you know what I mean? And I've got and remember, when I enter sport or trade, whatever, I already predefine what price I want to get out, you know. So, but remember when we do the 1,000 coins live stream, when we start buying the 1,000 coins, that's when I'm going to be showing. I've already got an exchange set up. I don't know. I'll do it probably on a Huobi or do it on Binance or maybe even KuCoin. But whatever I do, I'm going to have it, all the money, everything ready. So the USD is going to be ready in the exchange. I'm going to buy it live on the things, and I'll show you exactly how I have my entry points and exactly how my exit points are already set up, predefined. Do you know what I mean? And I can predefine a specific price based on all of this and leave it there and forget about it. And those trades will execute without me even being there. So I'll come back another day and my trade is already executed, right? So it's key to understand. There's this is when you FOMO, by the way, right? This is all I'm going to say to you guys. When the market collapses and ever comes back down to this line, FOMO, FOMO, right? And when the market goes to these lines, FUD, this is what you do. You have fear, uncertainty, and doubt around this time. And you FOMO around here. You do the complete opposite to what the market does. Okay? So I hope this stream helped. It's been a bloody long stream. My God, I hope we answered everything. I hope everybody got their answers. Guys, if you're new to the channel, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Discord, where we will be announcing. Actually, I'll be announcing on YouTube as well, our $10,000 giveaway. We have a target, a threshold we need to meet. You got to follow me on Twitter, you got to follow me on Discord, and you got to follow me on YouTube to be eligible for all of this. And I've got a little bot connected which actually gathers all the information and confirms that if you are part of all three networks, you don't have to tweet anything. Just be a member of Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Discord for communication if you want to talk to me. And obviously, you got to follow me on subscribe on YouTube, like, share, comment, and the bot will pick up and it's going to choose one. And when there'll be more of these giveaways as well later. But for now, we're doing a $10,000 giveaway when we hit the 250,000 subscribe level. And then we're going to bump it up a little bit, and we're going to start rolling at more of these giveaways during that time. So first target for us is to get to the 250,000 subscriber level. I don't think we're going to hit it this year, I'll be honest with you, but I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I'm just an honest person as it is. But in between that, I'll probably do a lot more giveaways and this and that. And also now my chat is bugged up. I actually can't see anything. I have no idea who's been talking and who's not. Usual case. Sorry guys, let me just double check. Okay, so Jedi Knight was the last person. That's fine. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I hope you found information valuable. Like, share, subscribe, and I hope to catch you on another one very soon. Thank you very much to the members for coming to the show. You guys, honestly, thank you for your support. Really, really love that. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Thank you to all the people that came to the show today. And asked me really some brilliant questions. Obviously some questions I hope they opened your eyes up. They hope, they make you think more logically, because you've got to be logical. You've got to have some reasoning before you do something. Use logic, use reason, be realistic on your price targets. And then from that point, we see where we go, but yeah, that's it. I was going to mention one other coin. I forgot what it was. But anyway, right now, I don't know. Right now, all I can think of is I'm going to go off the stream, and I'll be transparent with you. I'm going to pick up maybe maximum about $500 worth of, or actually £500. The target is about 500 Mina coins, right? I want to pick up about 500 Mina coins. That's all I want to do. So I'm going to go and pick those up now and just sit on them. That's the one. I'm just going to sit on them. So thank you very much, SM. I appreciate you throwing the Mina coin at me. It's one I missed. Actually, I did see it on Binance, but because I've now kind of moved away from Binance, I'm just monitoring some of my alts there. I haven't done anything, so yeah, I hope I can see a nice little dip on that. But so far on the Mina, let's go back into the Mina. Where am I? On the Mina. Yeah, it's had its little wave down. So this is quite good. I mean, the pattern is really good. So these are really good stuff to see. You can see we've had our wave down, and now we're back on our wave up. Awesome to see. Let's see where it takes us. This is a good pattern. Good pattern. If we come down here, there. So yeah, I'm going to wait and see if we can come back to at least this level. This would be a good buy zone for me. So I'm going to be targeting around here. But then again, if it doesn't come to this level, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to pick it up because ultimately this is too close. This is a good little range to pick up in my opinion. And because I'm not going to buy for today, tomorrow, I'm just going to buy for 5 years. That's a different story. If this Mina collapses another 99%, then if I buy 500 today, I should be able to pick up another 5,000 in the future and carry on. So that would give me 5,500 coins for the future. So let's see what that does. But this is one of those, I think right now I can make a little bit of money. And remember, when I make the money, I'm going to take my initial out as soon as possible. So I hope that kind of makes sense, guys. Pattern looks awesome. Thank you very much, SM, for bringing that to my attention. So other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. Adios, my amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. I'll see you again soon on another stream. Hopefully not as long as this. Adios.